Hello, good morning, ladies and gentlemen from all over the world. My name is Oluwole coming to you live from Ogun State, Nigeria. Today we are considering this month. Today is 13th of November, and we'll be running across this topic called. It's a very sensitive topic. And before I call this topic, let me first warn that I am not addressing any church, anybody, but I just want to clarify something very unique and important. I'm not directing it to anybody because it may be a little bit controversial. I said proofs that believers will make heaven but churchgoer won't. The topic says proof that biblical proofs. The topic is generally biblical proof that unbelievers will make heaven, but churchgoers or believers won't. So this is absolutely paradox of what a lot of us thought that is supposed to happen. You know, we feel that when we go to church, when we listen to what this pastor do, when we do all these things, that is when we will make heaven. But this month of November, the last month of the year 2022, the month of November, last month we finished the topic called, we are done with the topic called why God loves prisoners and why he admonishes us to love and help them. Why God loves prisoners and why he told us to love them too. So but this month we are going to proofs or biblical evidence that Christian or believers or churchgoers won't make heaven, but unbelievers won't. Now this statement, as much as it looks controversial, is even in the Bible. Jesus Christ himself said that the people of the kingdom will be cast away, but the people that are not of the kingdom will be, and there will be gnashing of teeth. So we are going to see all today. Let's go and see all today. Well, this verse of Bible stem out from the fact that there is a whole lot of things that the Christians are doing that is not biblical, but it is churchy. It is churchy in nature. That is why I come out with this topic, and this topic will be in 4 series. This is part 1. Proofs, biblical proofs that unbelievers will make heaven and believers won't. Biblical proof that unbelievers will make heaven and churchgoer won't. Part 1. So this topic come out from the fact that there are some things that we the Christian are doing. We people that are going to church, the pastors, the bishop, everybody is doing, and yet it is absolutely wrong. Yet it is ungodly. Yet it does not follow, the concept of Jesus Christ that owns the heaven. Now let's go ahead and see. Jesus Christ said, behold, I was he that was dead, and now I am alive, and I have the key of both death, heaven and earth. All those kind of things. He said he have the key. So he also said that he is the way, the truth, and the life. No one cometh to the Father except by him. So Jesus Christ is the way. But as I look at our society today, a whole lot of churches are doing what contradicts absolutely what Jesus Christ said we should do as born again child of God. Let's go straight and look at this verse of the scripture. The anchor verse of the scripture today is Matthew chapter 8 from verse 5 to 12. Matthew chapter 8 from verse 5 to 12. I'm going to Matthew chapter 8. Okay, let me just summarize the thing. Maybe another day we'll read it fully. Matthew chapter 8 said, a centurion means a man that was so rich such that he was so rich that he's called a centurion. Somebody who have done extraordinary things, somebody who is like a leader of army, somebody who is like a very big man. A centurion is somebody who is absolutely wealthy and rich. So this man was so rich, but one of his servants, his Bible translation said that one of his poor servants was sick, and this man went to Jesus Christ because of his poor servant. And Jesus Christ said, no, I cannot come to you, just go. I will come the year after. I am very busy. And the man said, no, Jesus Christ, you just sent your word. For I am a man under authority. I said to this, go, and this one go. I said to this, come, and this come. And Jesus Christ said, having thought it in his mind, that, wow, you are a man of authority, so powerful, yet one of your poor servants sick, and you come for me to heal him. Oh, you man of great faith. Then Jesus Christ made some remarkable statement there, very, very powerful statement, which is where this verse of Bible stems from. He made this powerful statement, Matthew chapter 8, from verse, let's take this 11. He said, verily I say unto you, I have not found so great faith, not in Israel. And I say unto you, that many shall come from east and west, and shall sit down with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob in the kingdom of heaven. But the children of the kingdom shall be cast out into outer darkness. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. So this is where this particular topic that I have talked about stem from. The people of the kingdom, people of the church, people that feel that think that they are the one that Jesus Christ loved, they will cast out, and there will be wailing and gnashing of teeth. Because even the centurion, a great sinner, knows the right thing, that to enter heaven, the centrality of entry even is considering the least among the poorest people, considering the least, the poorest among your servants. That is why you will enter heaven. Then another verse of the Bible came up and said that many will say unto me, Lord, Lord, in your name I preach, in your name I cast out devil, in your name, and I will say unto them, depart from me, for I know you not, you that walk iniquity. Depart from me, because I know you not, you that walk iniquity. So God is going to tell a lot of people that depart from me. And if you look at that verse of that Bible, it look like people who are church goers. People who are church goers. Many shall say unto me, Lord, Lord. Matthew chapter 7 from verse 21. He said, many shall say unto me on that day, many shall say unto me, Lord, Lord, in thy name do I cast out winches. In thy name I heal many people. And in thy name I build more church. But I will say to them, depart from me, you that walk iniquity. Your work is not known by me. That is why I come this evening, and I want to begin to retrace the word of Jesus Christ in relation to entering heaven, so that this kind of statement will not happen to us. The centurion man came and he said that my servant, and you know that verse, God said, you that walk iniquity. What is iniquity? You that believe that you are higher than some people. We are going to be going into this verse subsequent days. But the fact is that the centurion man, one of his poorest servants, was sick, and he came to Jesus Christ and said, Jesus Christ, my servant must be healed, despite the fact that I have plenty foot soldiers. I say to this, go. I say to this, come. I say to this, sit down. I say to this, stand up. I say to this, whatever I talk happen among people. Despite that, I want this my poor servant to be healed. Despite all the capacity, despite all my capacity, I want this my poor servant to be healed. Please come and help me. And Jesus Christ said to him, go, your servant is healed. He said, I have not seen great faith even among Israel. He said he has not seen great faith among Israel. Now, and he said, but the children of the kingdom shall be cast out into outer darkness. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. God, Jesus Christ is the one saying that the children of the kingdom, will be cast out. Now, I am not the one saying this, that the children of the kingdom will be cast out, and there shall be wailing and gnashing of teeth. Ladies and gentlemen, let me set this thing very well. Let me try to set this thing. So, okay. Okay. So that is what we are talking about. I am trying to find where it is clearer. I'm trying to look for where the stuff is clear. Sorry, let me see whether it is more clearer like this. Okay, I think I've got it now. Okay, so he was saying that there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. So, but then, if you have been following us, you know that that is not really where we are going to today. Sorry, I did not use my real studio. I did not use my real studio today. Okay, if you have been following us, you know that that is not where we are going to. The real verse of the Bible that we want to quote is Matthew chapter 25 from verse 34. That is the real verse of the Bible that I want to quote, because we keep seeing that he keeps saying that there shall be gnashing of teeth. There shall be gnashing of teeth. There shall be wailing and gnashing of teeth. There shall be wailing and gnashing of teeth. So we see. Now let's go ahead and see Matthew chapter. Let's go ahead and see Matthew chapter 25. Okay. Matthew chapter 25. Now we want to see Matthew chapter 25 from verse. He said, when the Son of Man shall come in the glory, and all the holy angels with him, then shall he sit upon the throne of his glory, and before him shall be gathered all nations, and he shall separate them one from another, as a shepherd divide his sheep from the goat. And he shall set the sheep on his right hand, but the goat on the left hand. Then shall he say unto them, come ye and inherit my kingdom, you that bless, for I was hungry and you did not feed me. Now we see Jesus Christ saying that I was hungry and you did not feed me. Now we see a whole lot of Christians today don't even care about feeding. They leave the responsibility of feeding to unbelievers. They leave the responsibility of feeding to people who don't even know God. A whole lot of believers does not even believe in feeding and helping poor people again in Nigeria, especially in Nigeria. So what I am just saying is for we to retrace our step, you know. That is what the whole essence of this topic. He said, for I was hungry and you feed me. I was naked and you clothed me. Now can you think of how many times have we clothed the naked? How many times have we clothed the hungry, people that are hungry? So these are the key yardstick why we enter heaven or not enter heaven. And yet many Christians are not doing it. Unbelievers are the one doing it. You see, let me say something. When we wanted to go and do our foundation wanted to, okay, there will be video. We shall be watching a video, very touching video towards the end. When our foundation wanted to go and do some help, we wanted to go and help some people in Osun State. So there is this organization called CMDA, Christian Association of Medical Students and Dentist People. They said that it's only Christian gathering that they can help. It's because we're calling them to come and give free. We're calling them to come and give free injection. Sorry, please. So we're calling them to come and give free injection. So they said that it is only Christian that they can facilitate. Whereas we now go and call Muslim, we now go and tell some Muslim. I went to some Muslim, they call it FISUS, Muslim Association of Iwo people, and they said that they will facilitate even the Christian So the Christian Association said they cannot facilitate unbelievers or people like Muslim people that don't go to church. But that is the Muslim bodies said that is when we wanted to help poor people. We wanted to go to Osun State and facilitate poor people. But the unbelievers said, because I am the vice president of Oyekon Foundation, the unbelievers said, that is the Muslim, sorry, whether you the believer or not, the Muslim said that they will facilitate, they will help everybody, including the Christian. So the Christian said they cannot come and give the entire community free medical test and cure, the Christian Association of Medical something, but the Muslim Association of Medical and Dentist stuff said they will come and help everybody. That is what I experienced, and that is one of the points that made me come this evening to say that the unbelievers most likely will make heaven and Christian born again will not make. Now we are going to see some videos thereafter how this community, Nigerian people, abandon some people called winch, whereas it is unbelievers that take them and begin to care for them. And those people that were called winch, that were abandoned to die, survive. Some boys and some people, and they survive. And today they are not winch, they are a blessing to the community. We are going to be seeing all of that. So let's continue. Proves that unbelievers will make heaven. The doctrine of winches and suffer not the winch to live. Unbelievers understand this thing more than believers. Now, in the book of Matthew chapter 5, towards the last verse 37, 38, he said something. He said, it was said to you that you should not that you should hate your neighbor, that you should not help them, that you should not help witchcraft, that you should not do this. But I say to you, love your neighbor, do good to those who hate you, do good to those who despitefully use you, and do good to those who curse you. So he was saying to us that we should love these categories of people that have despitefully used us, that have all those kind of things. But do you know that it is unbelievers that have really understood the concept of forgiveness more than us? Let me give you one example why I said so. In the business world, which is not Christianity, which is not, they said even who have offended you, love them. That is when you will make sales. That is when your sales will increase. That is when you will make more profit. If you don't only love the real customer, but you love those who have offended you, but you love those who have cheated you, you love those who owe you credit, you still call them, you still draw them, you still give them more credit, you still play with them. That is when you multiply. That is when your business multiply. But you know what Christian will do? Christian will say, kill him before he kill you. Kill him before he kill you. No. God did not create me to be mumu. I cannot be mumu. I am wise, so I must not toy with my money. I must not joke with anything that I have, because if you finish, nobody will help me, including that God. This is what Christians will say. But unbelievers understand this concept, that this concept of love will move the society forward. This concept of love that God said will move the society forward. Now, another verse of the Bible that also corroborates with this point today is the story of the Good Samaritan. Of course, you know that I cannot be saying this kind of heavy topic, that unbelievers will make heaven and the believers, pastors, bishops will not make. You know that I cannot be saying it without mentioning that verse. Now, there was a man that was beaten by sick people, and he was beaten to death. He almost died, and there was some bishops, some serious men of God rushing to the church. They were rushing to the church. That is, a serious man of God was rushing, and then a sinner went to that man. When the sinner went to that man, he stopped and he was helping. Did you know what that Christian pastor would be saying? He would say that is not my assignment. My assignment is to preach the word. My assignment is to share a big revelation. My assignment is not to help that poor person who was beaten by criminals. My assignment is not that. My assignment is to preach the word. So this is what that man that was going to church would be saying. But do you know what? Unbeliever now went to the man and now saved. And God said, who is that person's neighbor? He said, behold, even unbeliever will first of all enter heaven before the Christian, before we that go to church. This is what I want all of us to begin to think, because your pastor would not be there on the judgment day. Your bishop would not be there. He said, we shall all stand before the judgment throne of God to give account of our work done here on earth. Your bishop will not stand. Your pastors will not stand. Nobody will stand on that day that you and I will stand to give account. So it is so good that you and I understood what will take us to that heaven, so that we don't serve men here. They have turned us to slave. All these big pastors, they have turned us to slave, and when we are about to die again, we will now go to hellfire again. It is very good, very important that we know what will actually take us to heaven, what will actually take us to heaven, so that these churchy activities will not lead us. For instance, let me go ahead and say what we Christian in Nigerian believers, born again child of God, you will be going to church, you will be sweeping church, you will love your pastor and his wife and children, so you will be bringing everything. You will ensure that they don't suffer. You will be paying your tithe and offering. You will be so serious. If church is 2 o'clock, you will be there 1 o'clock. So these are born again things. You will not smoke. You will not. In Nigerian Christianity, love, the greatest commandment, love to the poor, the greatest thing that will lead you to heaven, is not there. And this is the most important thing that we love. When Jesus Christ wake up, he said, this is the commandment that I gave to you, that you love one another even as I love you. When Jesus Christ wanted to die, the greatest thing that he told us, that he admonished us of, is that we love one another, is that we care for one another. Not actually going to church, not actually, of course, going to church is supposed to facilitate that kind of activities, but the revise is today. So that is what we are talking about. Remember that no pastor, nobody will stand with you before the judgment throne of God. So it is very good. It is very important that we start digging deep from the scripture by ourselves to know what will take us to heaven. Because I know you watching me actually want to go to heaven, but your pastors, your bishop, your GO will not be there, that have misled you. So what are the things that will actually take us to heaven? Is to listen to Jesus Christ's mouth. Remember, anybody who say that Jesus Christ's principle is not Lord over Christianity, that person is Antichrist. 1 John, he said, this is Antichrist. Anybody who say that Jesus Christ is not Lord over the head is the Antichrist. So no matter the pastor, no matter how many people are following, you try. Though if you fail in this world, don't go and fail in hellfire again. Try and see whether you are doing what will actually take you to heaven. Try and see. Let's continue. Proves that unbeliever will make heaven, but churchgoer won't. How to settle conflict. Another thing that we'll be looking at is how to settle conflict. The unbelievers know more ways to settle conflict than us. The unbelievers, if even Babala will do something for you, he will tell you, go and help the poor, go and forgive that person that have offended you, go and do good to that your neighbor, go and that person that hates you. But I'm talking about Babalawo, that is herbalist, will tell you, go and forgive, go and care. But we the Christian, we don't say, nothing consider. Jesus said, I am that poor person that we are abandoning. So this is why. Now you tell me that we the Christian are now abandoning the poor. You tell me that we the Christian are doing what Jesus Christ, that have the key to heaven, is doing. You tell me, show me evidence, write it on this comment. Now another factors that shows that unbelievers will make heaven and the Christian will not is negative news. Now when something evil happen in society, that is where Jesus Christ would have been. That is where God's people would have been. But now it is said, don't listen to negative news. don't, that is what is propagating in church, that you don't listen to negative news, you don't help somebody, they may harm you, you focus on yourself. Life is this. Don't read news, don't listen to news. And this is actually what Jesus Christ would have done. Anywhere he went, he was doing good, he was going about doing good. A mighty healer. He healed the leopard on the road. He cured the woman with the issue of blood on the road. He cured all these people. Now we are told to only come to church, only love our pastor and his children, only love our choir master. We are not encouraged to actually listen to the negative happenings on the street. Do you know that when I was talking about why we should love prisoner, why God love prisoner, and why we too should, you know that Christians were coming and said that the unbelievers, they sin, they should suffer. Christians were telling me that is after all the old evidence, that even Brother Paul said we should consider ourselves, we should put ourselves in the shoes of the prison, we should do all those kind of things. People were coming and telling me that God, there is a verse of Bible that God said they should suffer. So listening to negative news to provide solution, that is what unbelievers are doing. But unfortunately, we the Christian, we only listen to our pastor, we only read Bible, we are not reading society. Now call any sound Christian, any pastor to come and talk about the happenings in the state, you will see that he's just talking nonsense. He's not talking what will provide solution, he's not talking what will lead the community forward. Now that is what we are talking about. Now, another point that shows that unbelievers may likely make heaven, why Christian churchgoers won't, is a point that God was, some people used to say in Nigeria, that he is the one who was guilty. All the people in that motor that have accident, they see or the person that is begging, you don't know the evil thing that he has put his hand on. Now unbelievers will go about helping that kind of person, but we the Christian, we the born again children of God, will sit and get into our shield and not help those kind of people. This is not the best. Now when somebody have all this negative phenomena, maybe he's blind, maybe he have accident, maybe have a sore, maybe have all those kind of things, we that are supposed to be spirit filled, we will abandon those kind of people that I am only going to take my money to church. I have had it often and often. In fact, there is some this thing that is saying that don't help unbelievers, only take your money to help church people. Do not help unbelievers, only help your brethren in the church, only help your brethren in the church. Now I'm talking about bishop, pastors, big people preaching this kind of message. This is not the best. We are supposed to both help unbelievers and help all these people. We are supposed to be considering the poor. In fact, we are not even encouraged to help our fellow church members. Now that verse that I was phenomenon that I was talking about, that they claim that we should bring all this money, all these things to church and help people. Now that thing is not absolutely true. That pastor is actually saying that so that the church member will bring all the money to him and he will buy private jet, buy powerful car. That is just what it really implies. But in the truth is for we to go out and reach out to the, and that is why we started a foundation called Oyekon Foundation. We started a foundation where we launch out to the poor, where we try to help the poor and the marginalized people. So that is what we are talking about. Another proof that unbelievers may make heaven, and another proof is that Muslims are better than Christians in most cases, if not for this Boko Haram thing that want to spoil. Of course, we have known that Boko Haram are not really Muslim, as it were, but Muslims are better than those things. So that is what we are talking about, that in my own life and in a lot of people's life, they claim that Muslim is helping poor people, marginalized people, than even Christian. That is another point that made me come out to say that unbelievers may make heaven and believers won't. Okay, I like us to know that the whole of this message stamped out when I saw one man that was very old, and he was born in church, he was sweeping church, he was taking care of church, but now he's so old and cannot feed himself, and nobody's helping him right in the church. In fact, one woman engaged me with the discussion that he too is shocked that nobody is assisting these individuals that was brought up in the church, that has been usher. After I become usher, I become crowd control unit. After I become crowd control unit, begin to wash toilet, yet nobody is willing to help him. Now he's poor. Now his trousers, he wore a third trouser, tattered slippers, that nobody is willing to help him. This should not be so. When people come to church, even people in church does not receive help, let alone people that are not in the church. Now, we all know that this is the fact. This is the real truth of what is happening in our community, in our society, with respect to Christian bodies. We all know that these are the phenomena. This should not be so, my brother. This should not be happening. So now let me go to the second part of this message. The second part is the doctrine of suffer the winch not to live. It is claimed that suffer the winch not to live, or suffer the winch to live not. I forgot how they quote it. Thou shalt not suffer a winch to live. Okay, that is how they quote it. Thou shalt not suffer a winch to live. But in that verse of Bible, God said, vengeance is mine and I will revenge. He said, thou shalt not suffer a winch to live, but vengeance is mine, I will revenge. So God is the one to deal with the winch. It is not your problem to begin to, some people say, when they begin to say, fall down, they say, no, I am actually causing the witchcraft. I'm not causing the person. This is not supposed to be so. You are not supposed to curse anybody. God said, vengeance is mine and I will revenge. Leave him. He knows what to do. He knows what to do. Your activities, your own, your own involvement, your own act in these whole proceedings is for you to show love, for you to show care, for you to show this to even including your enemy. In a moment, we will be going into a video to watch and see what we are doing with our own winch people. Usually, I will not show some videos. Some videos are so crazy. Some videos that they burn old mama to death. Now, some of these old mothers, they have no children, they have no husband to support them as at the period that they are being born to death. So that is why they burn them to death. Because in Nigeria and in Africa, if you don't have children, if you don't have husband, if you don't have relative, they say that you are the one who eats them. At the period where we should be showing sympathy, at the period where we should be showing care, at the period when we should be showing care to the age in 70 years, 80 years, we forsake them. We said that they are witchcraft. Not only do we forsake them, we are even waiting for them to even mistakenly say little thing. Then we take it and hammer it on them. Like there is a woman that I know that they said that she said that the goat that they give somebody during wedding, that the goat would not give birth to baby. And then because of this, they said that the woman is winch. Because of this, they said that is the evidence that the woman is winch. She will suffer and die. Now, if these people even have opportunity, they will kill this woman. The people who said that they saw the woman, old woman, said that this goat that they bring, the goat will not give birth to baby because the goat is too small. Whether it is this kind of small goat that is supposed to bring during marriage, and that makes them harm the woman. So, ladies and gentlemen, the doctrine of winch must stop, and this is why we will be going to see some videos. We will see only one video. You just go, if you want to check, just go to internet and type winches set ablaze in Nigeria, or old people born to death in Nigeria because of winch. You will see a lot of videos because they don't have children, because the old people don't have children. I don't know when it become a crime not to have children in Africa and in Nigeria, because the old people cannot bear children. So at their old age, they said that they are winch, they are winch, because there is no child to defend them. There's no child that will say that don't talk to my mother like that, because most of the people, 80% to 90% of the people that are term winch don't have children, especially the ones that are born to death. especially the one that they don't have children, they don't have, in fact they don't have husband, in fact some of them, their relatives are not there to defend them, and that is why they are burned to death. This should not be the situation. This should not be happening this way. We must love one another. We must show love to one another. Well, ladies and gentlemen, now another proof, before we go into, let me say this last one before we go and watch this video. Let me say this last one. Another proof is that when we see somebody who is maybe have 4 hands, maybe have 3 legs, maybe cannot see very well, we term them winch and we say that they must die, which is not so. Blackbird, cats, all those things that we are not supposed to term evil, we are terming them evil. Now we are just going to be watching some movies, and this movie will be what will mark the end of this message. This movie will be what will mark the end of this message. Let's go and begin to see this movie. Let's go and begin to see this movie. We are going to see what is happening in Africa.
Hello
We
guys,
are going
welcome
to
back
see.
to my YouTube channel. If you're new to my channel, hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Summer. Today's video is one of those videos that sometimes, I'm going to be honest, there are some videos sometimes that when I think about the fact that some of the people that watch us are not Nigerians, there are some videos sometimes I'm like, maybe I should even share this because it's embarrassing. You know, I can speak for myself as a Nigerian. You know, it's embarrassing that some of these kind of things happened. There are some videos sometimes when I think about the fact that there are some non-Nigerians that watch these videos, I kind of like cringe or worry about, you know, sharing some of the things that happen in Nigeria because, you know, unfortunately there are some of the things.
Let me tell you what happened. That little child that you were seeing was abandoned in Nigeria, claiming that she is a winch. No mother, no father. If you watch the real video, some people will be saying no mother, no father. That is why the child deserves death. No mother, no father. That is why the child deserves death. It does not cross anybody's mind. The people that are Christian but unbeliever came and helped the boy. That is what we are talking about today. They said no mother, no father. Some people abandoned him because they claim that he's winch. An unbeliever came. Let's continue to work.
In Nigeria that we can say are a bit embarrassing, are not necessarily things we're proud of. And the unfortunate thing is that outsiders may not realize that because some things that happen in Nigeria, they don't really represent the whole of the people. You know, some people don't even realize how big Nigeria is.
So this is the woman.
One tribe to another.
They abandoned.
There are different states, even in the states. You know,
but the woman, white woman, came and carried.
Can differ from place to place. So definitely there are some of the videos.
He came and carried this boy that was term winch and beat the child.
But at the end of the day, I still feel like I want to share it because there's something to say, or there is something to talk about, or something we can learn from, something that a lot of us can reflect.
So I am not the only ones preaching this kind of message. You see, Nigerian parent abandoned the child, saying that the child is witchcraft. But white woman come and carry the child.
On Instagram, there is this Instagram page. I will actually give you guys the name of this page, and it's called Land of Hope. A lot of you may not know it. It's actually a good page to support. They made a post.
Miss Mavi, see the child, see the handsome boy. This boy is a medical doctor now. I think so. I think they said he's a medical doctor now. They call him witch boy.
So I'm going to just give a bit of a background for anybody that does not know this boy. This boy was abandoned by his parents because they believed he's a witch. At the age of, I think he was about 3-year-old, they believed he was a witch, abandoned, and he was just on the streets. Nobody looked after him. Nobody thought about saving him or anything like that. And then this white woman came across him and she was asking, you know, what's the story with this boy? Where are his parents? You know, why is he on the streets? You know, they told her what the story is. She took him home, looked after him, cleaned him, washed him, cleaned him up, and fed him and everything. And that boy completely transformed.
He was transformed, and today is a medical doctor, somebody who they call winch, is contributing positively to the society.
She made the post and she said that in exactly 40 days today we are going to celebrate that Hope was rescued 5 years ago. Actually, the boy, she named him Hope 5 years ago. So the boy should be about 8-year-old by now because they rescued him when he was 3 years old. If you want, you can go to the page and read all of that. I don't have to read all of that. And so one area I want to talk about is the area of it's a great thing this lady found him and saved him and everything, because I think the boy would have been gone by now. You know what I mean? He would have been gone by now. It's a great thing, but on the other hand, there's a part of it that's a bit embarrassing, because it makes you, wonder. It makes you, think to yourself, how does the world see us as Nigerians? How does the outside world see us? To imagine that we as a nation, almost like as big as we are as a nation, nobody among us could have saved this boy until a white woman turned up. I'm being honest, this is how I think about it. It's almost like as big as we are as a nation. So nobody among us could have saved this boy, helped this boy, until a white woman turned up. That's one part that I find.
So we are all praying, fall down and die.
When they see stuff like this, the image.
So we are all praying, fall down and die. We are all praying that the wind should die. Why unbelievers are saving them? This is one of the greatest points, and it is in the Bible that we should love our enemy. We should do good to those who hate. This is one of the greatest points. Why I am providing evidence. Let's continue.
Still have on their minds, definitely are not going to be good images of the people that we are as a people. What would the world? Because this news went viral. BBC, CNN, a lot of international media covered it. So imagine if you were not in Nigeria, you've never been to Nigeria, and you heard this. You too will be thinking like, what kind of people are those? That is the area I feel like, honestly, it's embarrassing. The other day I saw a post on Instagram that broke my heart.
People still living in the 18th century, still claiming that this is winch, that is winch, and should not be taken care of.
And I was thinking to myself that in a lot of the so-called Western world, somebody with his disability, government will provide the wheelchair.
Government is supposed to help, but government too is afraid of winch. See the boy.
100%.
But government too is afraid that it's witchcraft.
Some people that they have disability, but they have a job, and
See the person.
CEOs of mega companies. So those people, the government don't help them. But I'm talking about those that they need help. The government will help them, and it shows you a massive contrast between the so-called Western world and our side of the world. Another area I want to talk about is, I think sometimes when you see some of the comments on videos that I make or people make or social media, Facebook and all of those things, there are some of our people that they still reason like they are 1,000 years behind.
1,000 years.
The way they
Wind fall down and die. But Jesus Christ said we should forgive. So this woman came. Your own child.
This boy that was abandoned because the parents were convinced that he was a witch. All of a sudden, look at the boy now. Where is the witch in that boy?
There is no witch at all in him.
Look at him today. Look at him. If he had died on the street, he would have remained a witch. But look at him today. This is to show you how this kind of mentality, how it's ruined.
Okay, he's saying that people they call him winch, but look at him today, no winch at all. He was term winch, and that is just the normal phenomenon in our community. A lot of people are term winch that are not even winch at all. This should not continue, and some of them were burned to death, some of them were stoned to death. This is not supposed to be so. This is not supposed to be in the 21st century. That lady said that we are doing as if we are in 18th century, 1,000 years ago. This should not be so. Let's keep watching and hear.
Our people ruining lives, even ruining the country.
We are spoiling the country. This mentality of witchcraft.
If you go to their Instagram, you will see this boy is not the only one, but this was actually the one that went viral. If you go to their Instagram, you will see more pictures of children that were rescued, and you will be in shock.
Children rescued because of witchcraft.
And all of those things can be transformed like this. What does that tell you? A lot of this backward mentality
must be stopped or reduced.
I'm sorry to say, but it's a lot of BS that we have made up in our
It's
heads.
really BS.
And that is even a big problem, that you see that even some of our people bring it into him, and the wickedness of the wicked shall be upon him. The same Bible, you will see some of our people, they will go to the same Bible. All they will take out of the Bible is a generational curse, generational this, generational that. And you're wondering, is this Ezekiel 18:20 not in their Bible? It's some of our people. There is this backward, ancient mentality that is pulling us back as a country. It's pulling us back. I remember somebody came from Nigeria to come and visit me. You saw a crow, and this is a very common bird in the part of the world that I live. And
So this bird, the person was saying that is winch.
I was already here, and I've been here long enough, and I know that these birds are common, like they're everywhere. And this person is starting blood of Jesus, calling Jesus. I was like, look, you go call Jesus fire. Because these birds are black, by Nigerian standard, the birds are evil. This person came with that Nigerian mentality and chanting blood of Jesus up and down. Because the person have never seen black birds like this before. Because in Nigeria, if they see a black bird, it's a bad thing. And but here it's everywhere. Come here and see how people are looking after their cats and carrying cats as if they are their children. In Nigeria, a cat is a witch. We really need to change. When I saw that picture, I just thought to myself, this is the boy that they called a witch. Look at him today. Look at him today. I'm just praying that
it's a complete change.
Will change. At the end of the day, my point in this video is
see the person that was.
We need to change this mentality that is keeping us backward as a nation, keeping us backward as a country, keeping us backward as a people. A lot of us focus so much on negativity and evil and all those things that lives have been ruined. Families have been ruined. We know marriages have ended because they told the man that the wife is a witch or vice versa. All I'm saying is this: we really need to change our mentality. We really need to change. And I'm using this boy story to show us how sometimes, a lot of this our mentality that we have is ruining lives. Look at this boy before and after. It took someone with a different mentality to see the potentials in this boy, to see this boy as just an innocent little boy that needed love and attention. And I'm praying that one day that we too can have that kind of mentality that will transform something that has been condemned to something as beautiful as this. Think about this thing. Nobody knows what this boy is going to become in the future. And the parents have been robbed of that potential of who this boy will become because of the wrong mentality. In the same way, I want you to think about it in your life. Ask yourselves, in what way have I been doing things that are robbing me of the opportunity of taking things that look bad?
She's happy.
And transforming them to
An
something
unbeliever
amazing.
is happy
I really do
that is back in a winch.
to apply this in your life. And with that, I'm just going to say thank you for watching. Until the next time, guys. Bye-bye. Bye.
Okay, that is the video that we are going to be seeing today. Next week we will be seeing some more videos. So I know what that girl said is very, very fatum. It's very, very true, because I know wedding that have spoiled because of all this winch, evil spirit doctrine. Your wife is a winch, your husband is a winch, some people want to kill you in that new house. All those things, I know wedding that have spoiled. I know people now, that is somebody in Igbo, after they married, the prophet said that your wife will not sleep in the house for 7 days, and then the marriage scattered the very day. So this should not continue like this. Ladies and gentlemen, help me to share this video. Please subscribe to this channel. Subscribe to this channel. You are going to face the judgment throne yourself. Please help me subscribe to this channel and share. Thanks and God bless. Love you so much. I want to make 1,000 subscribers. We are in 831 subscribers. Please help me to share. Thanks and God bless you. Bye bye for now. Still next Sunday, I remain Oyekan Oluwole Basi. Thanks.